Have you ever caught her staring at you from across the room, only to look away the moment your eyes meet? Or maybe shellas a little too hard at your jokes, leans in a little too close when she talks, and texts you at odd hours when her husband is nowhere around. You try to brush it off. You tell yourself she's just being friendly, but deep down, you wonder, is she hiding something more? Does she actually like me? You're not alone in this confusion, because when it comes to married women, the lines between casual and romantic aren't just blurry. They're emotionally dangerous. And the signals, they're often masked, misleading, and intensely complicated. Welcome to Stoic Tips. I'm Amelia. Today, we're diving into one of the most complex and psychologically intense topics in male-female dynamics. 8 signs a married woman likes you but is hiding it. This is not just about decoding attraction. It's about understanding what's happening behind smiles, the stares, the secrets, and why she may be drawn to you in the first place. But here's your warning. These seasons are not casual flirtations. They are emotional breadcrumbs leading towards something forbidden. So, if you're noticing the behaviors we're about to explore, you must tread carefully because desire can be seductive, but consequences can be devastating. Now, let's decode the signs, starting with one of the most universal ways. Sign number 1. She can't stop staring even when she tries. When a woman is emotionally or physically drawn to you, no matter how much she tries to hide it, her eyes will give her away. You'll catch her watching you across the room. Not once, not twice, repeatedly. But here's where it gets interesting. If she's shy or self-conscious, she'll look away immediately when you catch her. Maybe she smiles awkwardly. Maybe she pretends to look at something else. That's her instinct trying to suppress desire. But if she's more confident and emotionally entangled, she may hold your gaze just a second longer than normal. That lingering look, it's packed with unspoken feelings. Her pupils may dilate. Her breathing may slow. She may blush involuntarily. And here's the psychological key. A woman's stare, when mixed with vulnerability, is rarely meaningless, especially in a married dynamic. If she breaks into a soft smile during eye contact, it means you're on her mind more than she's willing to admit. She may be replaying moments with you, wondering what it would be like to cross a line or simply caught in the chemistry despite knowing it's forbidden. These stealing glances are never just visual. They are emotional signals masked as curiosity. So, next time you catch her looking, don't just ask, "Did she look at me?" Ask, what was she feeling when she did? Sign number 2, her body language speaks. What her words can't, words can lie, but the body really does. When a married woman starts developing feelings she can't express, her body will begin to betray her silence. It won't be obvious, and that's what makes it so powerful. You'll notice it in small moments. She sits up straighter when you walk in, adjusts her hair without realizing it, takes off her jacket or scarf, subtly exposing more of herself when you enter the room. Seems innocent, maybe, but these are subconscious, mating cues. She isn't doing them consciously to seduce you. Her biology is, in psychology, this is often called a pining response. Subtle actions a person performs when trying to appear more attractive in front of someone they're drawn to. Now, here's where it gets deeper. Compare her posture and energy when she's with others versus when she's around you. Does she lean in closer, mirror your movements, touch her neck, lips, or collarbone while you talk? These aren't just nervous tics. They're signs of arousal, connection, and desire playing out beneath her awareness. And here's the twist. Her body doesn't care that is married. Her mind might fight it. But the signs will slip out when she surrounds someone who stirs her emotionally. Even the way she responds to your body language matters. If you step closer and she doesn't flinch, if she orients her shoulders toward you, even in a group, that's not politeness. That's unspoken permission. So, stop listening to just her words. Start watching what her body is screaming silently. Sign number 3, she flirts, but filters it through innocence. This one's tricky because not all flirtation is direct, especially with a married woman. She might never say, "You're attractive." She might never touch you openly, but pay attention. Suddenly, everything you say makes her law. Her eyes sparkle when you tease her. She finds reasons to linger in conversation long after the topic has died. She's not being polite. She's engaging you emotionally and testing the chemistry. Here's how you'll know it's real. She makes inside jokes that only two of you understand. Her texts are playful, emoji-filled, and oddly timed, often late at night. She subtly compliments you, then quickly shifts the subject. This is classic shielded flirtation. Attraction wrapped in plausible deniability. Why? Because if confronted, she can say, "I was just being friendly." But the consistency of it is your clue. If she's flirtatious only with you, not others, it's not a personality trait, it's a signal. She's walking a tightrope between loyalty and longing, seeing how far she can go without tipping over. And sometimes what she really wants is for you to pick up on the clues. So Shadow doesn't have to say a word. Sign number 4, she teases you more than she should. There's a certain kind of teasing that doesn't feel like harmless fun. It feels personal, charged, loaded with tension. And if you find her doing this with you and only you, it may be more than just friendly play. Think about it. Does she mock your hairstyle, but with a smile that lingers? Does she make fun of your habits only to say, "Just kidding"? "You know I like that about you"? Does she call you names and jest, but never lets you drift too far emotionally? This isn't immaturity. It's emotional camouflage. Teasing gives her an excuse to get close without getting caught. Psychological, this a safe boundary test. She wants to see how you respond to intimacy in disguise. If you'll tease her back, if you'll play along or pull away. Bother's the real tell. The frequency and exclusivity of it. If she teases you often more than she does with others, and this is it to steer private little emotional moments between you both, that's not coincidence. That's emotional probing. She's testing the space between you, checking for warmth, chemistry, reciprocation. It's flirtation with a seat belt on. Because teasing makes it safe for her to flirt without crossing a line she's not ready to admit. She wants to cross. And if you laugh along, she feels closer, safer, more justified in keeping the door cracked open, even if just emotionally. Sign number 5, her voice changes when you're alone. Most men overlook the tone, but it's powerful. A woman's voice isn't just communication. It's a window into her emotional state. And when she likes someone, especially someone she shouldn't like, her voice gives it away. So ask yourself, does her tone shift when it's just the two of you? When the group disappears? When the office is empty? When the hallway is quiet? Does your voice drop, become softer, slower, more intimate? Or does it become nervous and quiet like she's trying to contain something? Either way, her vocal shift is a sign because voices don't lie. They reflect comfort, vulnerability, even desire. In some women, you'll hear it as a sultry lower tone, a subconscious attempt to appear attractive. In others, it might be a barely audible hush because her heart is racing. And here's where the psychology hits. In a study on emotional leakage, vocal tone was shown to betray attraction, especially when someone wastes trying to hide it. So, if her voice with you feels different than with others, if it creates a quiet little bubble around you both, you're no longer just a friend. You're someone she feels something for, whether she admits it or not. Sign the marker 6. She criticizes competition. Subtle jealousy in disguise. You mention another woman, even casually, and suddenly she's got something to say. She rolls her eyes. She questions the woman's intentions. She comments on her looks, her voice, her vibe. She seems a bit fake. She's not really your type, is she? You like women like that? And here's the strange part. She does it while pretending she's being helpful, caring, looking out for you. But beneath that thin layer of concern is a thick wave of jealousy. This isn't about protecting you from heartbreak. It's about protecting her emotional territory. You've become more than a passing acquaintance. You're assuming she doesn't want to share, even if she can't say that out loud. And the moment she sees another woman catching your attention, she feels threatened. This is what psychologists refer to as guarding, a primitive behavior triggered by attraction. Men do it physically. Women often do it verbally. They attack the competition to increase their own value in your eyes. And remember, this isn't playful. Teasing Ganamore. It's strategic sabotage disguised as concern. If she critiques every woman you talk to or subtly plants doubts in your mind about them, she's not just being opinionated. She's protecting a space in your life that she secretly wants for herself. Sign number 7. She keeps your connection a secret. Now, this one. The zone is heavy because secrecy is the soil where hidden desire grows. You start to notice she texts you late at night when her husband is asleep. She never comments on your public posts, but sends private DMs. She pulls you aside for just a minute when no one's watching. It's not overtly romantic. It's not physical, but it's quietly intimate. And that is far more dangerous because if there was nothing there, no tension, no attraction, there'd be no need to hide. Secrecy signals that she feels something. She's aware of the boundary, and instead of avoiding it, she's dancing right up to the edge. This is classic emotional cheating, and most people don't even see it happening. But there's what makes it sinister. She'll still act normal in public. She might even bring up her husband, mention her happy marriage just to throw off suspicion. But in private, she leans in closer. She opens up emotionally. She gives you pieces of herself that don't belong to you, but are being offered anyway. And that kind of vulnerability isn't casual. It's calculated. It's a signal, a plea, a confession she can't speak out loud, but is communicating through secret moments and stolen attention. Psychological insight. When people compartmentalize emotional connections, especially in forbidden dynamics, it's because they're trying to protect the fantasy by keeping it private. She keeps it alive. Sign number 8. She opens the door to dirty talk. And it's not just for fun. Let's get real here. When a married woman starts bringing up sexual topics with a man who is not her husband, it's not just small talk. This isn't harmless flirting. This isn't innocent curiosity. It's a doorway cracked open, inviting you to step through. She might do it in a joking way at first. Can you guess the wildest thing I've ever done? Or y'all wouldn't believe what I once tried in bed. But make no mistake, this is not random. This is strategic vulnerability, because what she's doing is creating emotional intimacy wrapped in sexual energy. She's testing to see, will you flinch? Will you judge her? Will you join her in this imaginary world even just for a moment? And the moment you respond, even with curiosity, she knows you're in the game. Now, what's more chilling? This is where emotional affairs begin. Psychologists call this the intimacy escalation stage. It's when someone starts feeding emotional or sexual energy into a connection. They text us outside their committed relations, not through touch, not through confessions, but through conversion. A married woman won't go her unless she feels disconnected. In her marriage, she feels emotional pulled toward you, or she's craving attention she's not getting elsewhere. But here's the most important thing. It's not just about arousal. It's about validation. She wants to feel desired, seen, chosen again. And if you respond with interest, even subtly, she feels awakened. But now you're caught because this isn't just fun anymore. It's real, messy, charged, and depending on your values, dangerously tempting. Final thoughts. Read between her signals. So, let's recap. You've just uncovered 8 powerful, often hidden signs that a married woman likes you, but is hiding it. 1. She can't stop staring even when she tries to. 2. Her body language shifts when you're around. 3. She flirts, but always with plausible deniability. 4. She teases you, hoping you'll take a bait. 5. Her voice changes when you're alone. 6. She criticizes other women, especially those Close to you. 7. She keeps your connection secret, tucked away from the world. 8. And finally, she opens up sexually using words as her playground. Now, ask yourself, is she just being friendly or is she emotionally crossing lines she pretends not to see? Because make no mistake, when attraction becomes secrecy, when playfulness turns into emotional seduction, when she gives you attention that should belong to someone else, she's already made her move, even if she hasn't touched you. What to do next if this video opened your eyes and made you rethink a situation in your life? Here's what I want you to do. Hit that subscribe button because here at Stoic Tips, we explore the unspoken side of human connection and the psychology of power, desire, and emotional control. Like this video if it helped you gain clarity. Comment below. Have you ever been in a situation like this? Do you think a married woman ever showed you these signs? And if you know Simeon, a friend, a brother, a coworker might be caught in something similar, share this with them. Not to stir drama, but to give them insight they won't hear anywhere else. Because when it comes to attraction, it's not always about what's said. It's about what's hidden, what's felt, what's denied, but never quite disappears. I'm Amelia, and this is Stoic Tips, where truth isn't sweet, but it's necessary. Until next time, stay sharp, stay grounded, and never ignore the signs.